up to 5 cents each. Honey, baby mine.
Let's get married today. think she's sweet.
She's the girl I'd like to meet.
Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. Eyes of blue and hair so fine.
I should like to make her mine.
She can dance and she can sing.
Oh, one day she'll wear my ring.
Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. All the boys knock on her door, 3 or 4 or maybe more.
It's for sure she's quite a miss. What I'd give for just one kiss.
All done up, she's quite a sight at the dance on Saturday night.
Swing it high and swing it low. Come on, girl, let's do-si-do.
Come on, girl, let's do-si-do. Come on, girl, let's do-si-do. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress on. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress. Pretty little girl with a red dress.
Pretty little,
Pretty little girl with a red dress on.
red dress.
Yes!
For the Greeks, ever a people who believed in fate and fighting against that fate, true tragedy is one in which the tragedy has already happened. The characters merely following their strings of fate until they discover the awful truth. As such, the story of Oedipus Rex by the Greek playwright Sophocles is the quintessential Greek tragedy. The story goes like this. King Laius and Queen Jocasta of Thebes were unable to bear a son. Frustrated, Laius consulted with the Oracle of Delphi, who told him that if he ever did have a son, his son would grow up to kill him. The two ended up getting pregnant and delivered a son. But worried about the prophecy, King Laius had the baby's feet bound with spikes through his ankles and ordered a shepherd to take the baby to a mountain and leave it to die. However, the shepherd felt sorry for the baby and secretly took him to the king and queen of Corinth, who adopted him as their own and named him Oedipus, a name meaning swollen feet. Many years later, a drunken guest at a royal banquet raised the question that Oedipus was not the king and queen's true son. Shaken by this possibility, Oedipus went to see the Delphi oracle for answers. But instead of learning about his family heritage, the oracle told him a prophecy. Oedipus, you will murder your father, marry your mother, and sire your own siblings. Assuming he was a threat to his believed father, the king of Corinth's life, he left instead for the city of Thebes, hoping to avoid the terrible fate of the prophecy. On his way there, Oedipus encountered a group of travelers headed by an arrogant older man who began arguing with Oedipus about who had the right of way on the road. Blows came to blows, and in conflict, Oedipus killed all but one traveler who escaped. When he arrived at Thebes, he found a sphinx sitting at the gates, demanding that someone must solve a riddle to enter the city, but that upon failure, the sphinx would eat them whole. The king of Thebes' son, who held his father's throne in his absence, offered the throne and his mother's hand in marriage to anyone who could solve the sphinx's riddle. Rising to the challenge, Oedipus solved the riddle, and the sphinx threw itself into the river. Oedipus was crowned king of Thebes and married Queen Jocasta. Soon after, a terrible plague struck the town. The oracle was consulted yet again and revealed that the killer of the previous king was still alive, living somewhere in Thebes, and that the plague would continue until the killer was punished or banished from town. Oedipus was determined to find the killer and save the town once again. Seeking the truth, Oedipus brought in a blind fortune teller who finally revealed that it was Oedipus himself responsible for the curse. As Jocasta and Oedipus put their stories together, the Corinthian shepherd who had rescued baby Oedipus came to announce their king's death, and the lone survivor of Oedipus's roadside battle confirmed what happened, that the man Oedipus slayed on the side of the road was his true father, King Laius, and that Oedipus had in fact married his true mother, Jocasta. Now, Queen Jocasta was unable to cope with the terrible news and ended her own life. Finding her dead and stricken with grief, Oedipus took her brooch pin and stabbed out his eyes, rendering himself blind. He gave the throne to his brother and banished himself from the town. And so ended the tragedy of Oedipus Rex. But now, we go to Thebes Gulch in Texas.
Well, now that our Greek course is finally wound down, we'll be proceeding with our story, of which the moral is, anybody who thinks he has it made in the shade, who thinks he knows it all, he's headed for a fall. Sooner or later he's going to have to take his lumps. And speaking of lumps, here comes our protagonist.
Howdy there, I'm May Oedipus Tex. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm May Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But my friends just call me Ed. When I came into this town, there was some trouble hanging around. I was riding through the gulch, which ain't too big, when I met some fellers in a double rig. They said, "Step aside!" And I said, "How about you? Ain't no one tells this cowboy what to do." So me, I wouldn't budge, and they just sat until I shot them all, and that was that. Well, howdy there, I'm May Oedipus Tex. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm May Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But my friends just call me Ed. When I came into this town, there was a Bigfoot hanging around. He'd hit you with a riddle, and here's the deal. If you didn't get it right, you were his meal. So I went out and I found him at his spot. And I said, "Okay, Bigfoot, give me your best shot." What starts out on 4 legs, then goes around on 2, and finally ends up on 3 before it's through. "Well, a baby, then a man," I said, "that's plain." And finally, an old geezer with his cane. Now, Bigfoot, all he did was kind of wince. But you better believe he ain't been heard from since. Well, howdy there, I'm May Oedipus Tex. I'm a hero. You may have heard of my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm May Oedipus Tex. That's what I said. You heard me, but my friends just call me Ed. Dead night when the find me a woman to settle down. Good folks and plenty of space. Besides, it's nice to be in a place where everybody knows old Oedipus Tex, the brother of the legendary Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But my friends just call me Ed. Well, you know me, I'm Oedipus Tex. I'm just as ornery as my brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus Tex, that's what I said. But you know my friends just call me Ed. Well, howdy, 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 I'm Oedipus Tex. Someday I'd kinda like to know whatever happened to my older brother Rex. Yeah, I'm Oedipus, 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 that's what I said. But you know my friends just call me Ed.
And it wasn't long before he found the woman of his dreams. Her name was Billy Joe Costa, the queen of the rodeo.
My heart is a hound, and he's baying at you. Oh, don't chase him away. Let him in, let him stay. And I know he will always be true.
Is a hen, and she's laying for you. Let her roost, let her stay, and I know you will never be blue.
Well, I wouldn't blame you if you said you hated me, Billy Joe. Seeing as how I shot your husband and all. But, well, the way I look at it, he was too old for you anyway. You need a young man's love. And I do love you, BJ. I honestly love you. My heart is a bull, and it's charging at you. Oh, don't step aside. Do not run, do not hide. 'Cause I know he's the right bull for you.
A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, Ed. And the way I figure it, if you hadn't killed him, he probably would have died of something else eventually anyway. I love you, Ed. I honestly do. Why, I really love you. I love you so much. And
Honey, we gotta sing here. Our hearts are a team, and they've only begun. There's so far to go.
but there's one thing we know.
And
love you, Ed. I honestly love you.
But there was a fly in the ointment. The town was plagued with plague. Everywhere you looked, people were dropping like flies. So right after they got back from their honeymoon, they went to see Madame Peep, a shepherdess who did some fortune-telling on the side, among other things. And they asked her why the town was plagued with plague, and she told them they didn't really want to know. And Oedipus said, "Tell me anyway." And Madame Peep said, "You asked for it."
You murdered your father, you married your mother, you rascal. You're my kind of guy. Your aunt is your sister, your uncle's your brother, you rascal. You're my kind of guy. When you were a baby, they tried to persuade me to take you and leave you to die. I just couldn't do it. I tried, but I blew it. Let's face it, you're my kind of guy. The goods are ticked off and now someone must pay. The goods are ticked off and now someone must pay. The plague of this town will be hanging around till you leave here. Now don't ask me why. But if you vamoose, you will turn those folks loose, and you'll always be my kind of guy. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. The goods are ticked off, and now someone must pay. The things you have done, well, they must have been fun. You're a rascal. You're my kind of guy. But someone will suffer. Listen here, Buster, you know that. It ain't gonna be
When Billy Joe heard this news, she wasn't too pleased. She went back to the ranch and got herself some rope and flung it o'er the branch of her favorite tree. And as she tied a hangman's knot, she sang this little ditty.
Goodbye, cruel world. I've had enough of you.
said what she had done, he was really nonplussed. He didn't hardly know what to do with himself. And rushing to her side in a fit of grief, he took the rhinestone barrettes from her hair and put out both his eyes. As soon as he had put out both of his eyes, he kind of wished he hadn't. And he cried out to anyone who would listen.
My eyes! My eyes! What am I gonna do for eyes?
Save it for your horse. right.